Hey, social media family, I hope you all are doing good. So, along with A Moment in the Word with Miles, I also want to do kind of like inspirational, encouraging videos as well. In addition to that, so I'm not ending the devotionals at all. I'm just doing kind of these as well. Every now and then I'll do this. But it's kind of just like short, encouraging videos. Hopefully that will inspire you. So I don't know what I'll call it. It could be just like the same, like a moment of inspiration with Miles, a moment of encouragement with Miles. I don't know. Let me know if you have a better name than that. But so today I'm just gonna share like revelation I got with you all the other day. So recently, April showers and all that, May flowers. So of course it's been raining a lot. I'm a college student here at Mizzou in Columbia. So the other day it was raining. It was pouring down rain. I was getting ready to go to my class, walking out of my dorm. It was pouring down. It was raining hard. And I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I was starting to complain. I was like, why I gotta walk in this rain, God? Like I'm gonna be soaked, I'm gonna be wet. Like, is it really worth it? And yes, I know it is. So don't come at me. I know it's worth it. But like, walking in the rain and like, ugh, I really don't want to do it. But then at that moment, I kind of like immediately got kind of like a mindset shift. Like I don't know what, and I was like, instead of complaining, let me just be grateful. Instead of focusing on my circumstances or the storm around me, let me focus on my blessings. Let me focus on the fact that I'm alive, that I'm healthy, that I have an education, that I can walk, that I'm able to go to school and learn, and the list goes on and on. So my question to you is, what is your attitude in the midst of the storm you're going through? What's your what are you saying? What are you thinking? What are you believing in the middle of your storm? Because your attitude determines your altitude, how far you'll go, how high you'll reach. So your attitude says a lot about you and your character, right? Especially in the middle of a storm. In a storm, you could either, complain or rejoice, grumble or give thanks, whine or, just be thankful. So what's your attitude in the middle of your storm? I don't know what you're facing today. Maybe you're going through a storm, maybe you're going through trials or challenges or, tests. But what's your attitude in the middle of it is what will really has a lot to do with, I feel like, your victory sometimes. Your attitude and your outlook and your perspective. So I challenge you, maybe if you have a good attitude, then great. If you don't have such a good attitude, then I challenge you to evaluate and adjust accordingly. But your attitude has a lot to say about you, not just in a storm, but in general. So I encourage you to think about your attitude next time you're going through it. Next time you're facing difficulties, adjust your attitude and think about positive things. I know it's hard, when you're going through it, but I encourage you to shift your attitude and think good things, think positive things, count your blessings, and not your problems and your storm. And the second thing I got revelation was, an umbrella, right? It protects us from the rain. It shields us from the rain, right? Without it, we would be drenched. I'm thankful about my umbrella that day because if I didn't, I would have been soaked. And I feel like in our storm, God acts as our umbrella, right? He's our covering. He's our shield, our protector. He's one that keeps us safe from the enemy, from things that we can't even see. So God is our umbrella. That's the second thing I got, is that, He's our protector. And without him, we wouldn't make it. So that's the revelation I got, is that God is our umbrella. He's protecting us. He's watching over us. We're covered by his blood. So I encourage you, that's a reason to rejoice, in your storm. Rejoice. You may be going through HELL. Rejoice that God is your protector. He's your refuge, your defender, your vindicator, your fighter, your warrior, your fortress, your strong tower, on and on and on. He's your protector. So I encourage you to take refuge in God, to shelter in God, because he's your umbrella, he's your shield, he's your refuge, he's just your protector. So I encourage you to think about those things, your attitude and your protection. You're covered by his presence. So I encourage you to let that to think about that next time you're going through a storm, whether it's an actual rainstorm or a storm of life. To think about your attitude and not to jump to complaining or asking God why, or getting upset, or pointing your finger or blaming or whatever it is, but think about your attitude and adjust it. Because again, I know it's not easy, but your attitude is so vital to your victory and all those things. So I encourage you to think about your attitude, and secondly, think about how God is watching over you, and be thankful because of that. So as always, I hope this encouraged you. It's my first time doing this. Hope it blessed you. Like I said, I'll do this every now and then along with my devotional videos. But if you need help, resources, prayer, as always, let me know. But next time, never forget that God is for you and He is for your growth.